Peace to everybody. This is an update about Hurricane Barry. Barry makes landfall on Louisiana coast, expected to bring heavy rains and flooding. And of course, you know it's going to be a long, disastrous weekend of what's going on. And here's a screenshot as you can track Hurricane Barry of where it's going. Barry made landfall along the Louisiana coast at around 1 p.m., bringing it with the danger of heavy rains and potentially life-threatening flooding from the Gulf Coast north into the middle of next week. So Barry made landfall, and it was around 1 p.m. that it happened, bringing dangers of heavy rains and potentially life-threatening floodings as well. Barry poses a significant flooding threat due to how slowly it is moving, the National Weather Service said. And so it is posing a significant flooding threat to everybody in Louisiana. It has strengthened briefly Saturday from a tropical storm to a Category 1 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 75 miles per hour before weakening again slightly. Yeah, so the winds were up to 75 miles per hour. Then it was starting to weaken a little bit because, you know, these hurricanes are no fun at all. Even before Barry made landfall, it was making itself felt in some parts of southern Louisiana. On Saturday morning, a rescue operation was underway on Isle de Jean Charles, a remote island in Terrebonne Parish, where at least a dozen people were stranded due to rising floodwaters, according to NBC affiliate WDSU. So there was a rescue operation that was underway for the Isle de Jean Charles. It's a remote island. At least dozens of people were stranded due to rising floodwaters, so there was nowhere for them to go. The only way you had to get out of there was use a boat or something. The U.S. Coast Guard had been called to assist with the rescue after trees fell on a highway, cutting people off from the island, the outlet reported. So trees fell, they were cutting people off from passing through and everything. And here's Beth Fernando. She tweeted this on her Twitter of what the flooding is looking like. And it's on Carroll Street and Lakeshore Drive in Mandeville. That happened at 7:30 this morning in Louisiana. Residents in Mandeville, which is on Lake Pontchartrain, also reported extreme flooding in their area. One video posted on Twitter showed water has already risen to the top of a fence surrounding a home. So the flooding has really risen pretty badly, and it was surrounding a home after it reached the flooding had risen to the top of a fence. The National Weather Service said Mandeville and surrounding areas can expect to see torrential rainfall and strong wind gusts. So they really need to prepare themselves because it's very dangerous and it's going to get more messy than ever. And of course, torrential rainfall and strong wind gusts, I think it's time for them to get themselves situated, get everything to get themselves ready, get stuff ready, just to get out of the city. Baton Rouge, northwest of New Orleans, could experience extreme flooding with the possibility that the Comaite River will crest above a record set in floods in 2016 that caused between $10 billion to $15 billion in damage and left 13 people dead. So geez, anywhere between 10 and $15 billion is going to be a lot for damage, and of course it left 13 people dead. Baton Rouge, northwest of New Orleans, could experience extreme flooding as well. In anticipation of possible flooding in New Orleans, residents there piled sandbags outside of homes and businesses and unlatched storm drains to remove debris. The city's Public Works Department deployed a dozen vacuum trucks on Friday to clean out catch basins. I don't know what catch basins are, but they had to send out the Public Works Department to deploy them, and then of course people had pile sandbags outside of homes and businesses and unlatched storm drains. During a news conference Saturday afternoon, New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell said the primary risk for the city is heavy rains. The National Weather Service said the area could see between 10 to 20 inches of rainfall. So that's going to be a pretty good amount of rainfall that the city could see it. It didn't say it's not possible. It didn't say it's possible. It said it could see at least 10 to 20 inches. We are not in any way out of the woods, and we will continue to reiterate this today, tonight, and into tomorrow, Cantrell said. Yeah, so they're not out of the woods yet. A shelter-in-place order was issued in New Orleans Friday night as the city prepared for Barry. A police officer says at Saturday's news conference told residents, "Continue to be safe, continue to be smart, stay in your homes and stay off the roads." Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. So the police or officials Saturday's conference, it says continue to be safe, continue to be smart, and stay off the road. So if you're excuse me again. So if you're on the roads, please get off the roads. Do not stay on the roads, because your car will float away if there's flooding. And of course, here's the video of Tropical Storm Barry has now been updated to hurricane status. I'm not going to play the video because I don't want to get blocked. Flights in and out of the state were canceled Saturday morning due to the pending storm. So no flights were allowed to come in, no flights were allowed to go out. Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport, the main hub in the city, posted a travel advisory on its website telling customers that most airline carriers had canceled all flights. So they posted it on their website about the hurricane and of course the flooding that goes with it. Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport said in a tweet that flights were canceled and that travelers could check with their carrier about flights on Sunday. So if you're thinking about flying somewhere on Sunday, you must check with your carriers. You must check immediately. See if your flight has been canceled or not. The storm has also left tens of thousands of people in Louisiana without power, WDSU reported. In Tangier, Louisiana said in a tweet that they have crews in place and will begin to restore power as soon as it is safe to do so. So there's still parts of Louisiana with no electricity, and they have to wait a while before they can restore it because they want to make sure it's safe first. As Barry moves through Louisiana, it is expected to weaken before reaching Arkansas. areas of Memphis, Tennessee, and Greenville, Mississippi on Monday. So yes, as it's moving out of through Louisiana, it is expected to be weakened. And there is a possible chance, a 50-50 possible chance it could reach Arkansas, areas of Memphis, Tennessee, and Greenville, Mississippi on Monday. So it all depends on how far it's going to go with this. And Louisiana is getting hit real hard right now, so I'm praying for everybody down in Louisiana to stay safe. Leave your comments below. I am out.